That's right. I'm throwing Micron technology off the bus. Hey, I recognize that the demand on semiconductors is something I'm dealing with. I do edit my videos through Adobe Rush, and my computer can't handle the load that I'm throwing on it because of other things, analysis that I'm doing on Google Sheets and in Excel, and my computer needs an upgraded semiconductor. And all the semiconductor companies are exploding because the data centers need new computers that need stronger semiconductors. And yet Micron technology loses money this last quarter. How is that when you've got NVIDIA over the last year up 177%, advanced micro devices up 69%? Even Intel is up 21%. On semiconductors is up 79%. Rambus is up 194%. And Micron, year to date, is up 12%. And now they're going down even further because they reported a loss. That's right. Their earnings per share is down, a loss of $1.57, and they project in fourth quarter the earnings per share will go down another $1.26. Well, the analysts, though, come out and say Piper Sanders has moved their target price from $45 to $70, and Morgan Stanley has put it at $75. I don't know where they're getting these projections because Micron is in the height of their potential because of the upgrade of all the processors and my computer, and yet they're losing money. Okay, so with that in mind, I sat down to my computer and I said, I got to analyze this stock. I got to look at it. It's on the bus because it was part of the industry was growing, but now it's not holding up. So let's take a look at it and get down to the nitty gritty and say, is this something we want to invest in? And I want to use it as an opportunity for you to see how I'm analyzing stocks, whether they're on the bus, off the bus, or they're going to get thrown off the bus, right after I share with you that this is not financial advice.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, this is the template I created to evaluate stocks, and for the most part, they are to determine whether or not a stock makes entry onto the BUS13 portfolio, which is entirely dedicated to the advent of artificial intelligence. But in this case, we're looking to decide whether Micron technology should be thrown off the bus. And I start with whether I'm deciding to put them on or take them off with these areas. They should have 5 years of 20% average increase in income, in revenue, in stock price, earnings per share. And then I look again for another confirmation, a 3-year 20% increase in stock price, and then a 2024 stock price estimate in excess of 30%. So this is how I do this. I go in and I extract this data, income, revenues, earnings per share. I also go into their cash flow increase, and I extract these numbers from Seeking Alpha. Then what happens is I have formulas in these Excel, as you can see here. I subtract this from that, and then I divide by this, and I get a percentage. So those numbers, those percentages, happen automatically after I've put the numbers in from Seeking Alpha. So this is my, and then I go also into Seeking Alpha and find the projections by analysts of what the future revenues, the future earnings, the future earnings per share for the stock. I then take although I'm showing a 10-year spread here from 2013 to 2023, I only consider the past 5 years. And so you can see in the past 5 years, Micron's earnings have grown at a negative 16%. Their revenue at a negative 8%. Their stock price has actually gone up an average of 47%, and their earnings per share have gone down 21%. I then take and then I, as I say, I also look at the stock price growth over the last 3 years. I then take an average of those 5 numbers, and I want it to be at least 20. I want all of these numbers to be above 20. Then I give it a estimated stock price on 2024, and based on these numbers, Micron will be paying you $1.35 if you will take a share of their stock. And that's basically because I took a PE ratio. The formula says take a PE ratio. And what I did here was the last time they had earnings of $5.27 was back here in 2019, where they had earnings of $5.67, and their PE ratio at that time was, I believe it was about 15. Yes, there it is. It was 15. So I see their stock price going up to $79 in 2025 when their earnings go up to $5.27, up to 106 when their earnings go up to 710, and 113 when their earnings go up to $7.55. But in the meantime, I don't want to own it. I look at Micron Technology and I compare it to the other semiconductor companies whose prices are going up substantially, whose earnings per share are going up, and I said to myself, these people are doing something wrong. They've not done well. They did well in 2022, but here in 2023, they apparently do not have the right equipment that the industry is looking for, and I'm speaking of the data farm industry, that they are looking for to gain earnings, because their earnings were a negative $4.60 coming off a prior year of $7.81. You can see that they were growing nicely. They fell here. Apparently, they have a history of doing things wrong, and so that's why I'm throwing Micron Technology off the bus. This is how I analyze every stock that is suggested to me to look at. I use Seeking Alpha and their quant system to help me find within a specific industry who are the stocks that Wall Street and their quant system feels are doing well. And this is my analysis of Micron Technology as of June 29th, 2023. They're off the bus. I just sent out an alert to all the Patreon Premium Plus and Platinum members that I'm selling Micron today. I tried to sell it at $68 at the open, but it's gone down to $65. I'll hang in there through the rest of the day, but as I feel right now, I'll get rid of it one way or the other before the day is over. And as I say, I've let my Patreon people know that. This is how I communicate the Best of Us BUS13 portfolio. I put it on anytime I make a change on it. Once we get the website up in the middle of July, it's going to be an active. That is, it will update itself on the website, and you'll see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm handling it. I'm doing this because I just think this is the best investment opportunity that any of us are going to have in our lifetime, and my lifetime has been quite extensive, because this is a upgrade of the internet as we need it. And as I said, that goes everything from the data centers to my computer and eventually my phone. They're going to need more processing power, and that only comes through semiconductors and upgrades of computers. And so if you think of every element that is in a computer and then you multiply that times 1,000,000 relative to a data farm, where they're generating tons of electricity, tons of heat, and all of that has to be upgraded now as we move into this increase in capacity requirements as a result of artificial intelligence. And I know they're factoring in we gotta anticipate machine learning, and that's going to even require a higher level of technology. So the money that is going to be spent by Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple to upgrade their systems, and then all the other auxiliary data farms out there is enormous. And then if you look beyond that, how this whole element is going to affect every element of our lives, and particularly healthcare, and that's the next bus I'm going to build. That's going to be BUS13, that we analyze who are the companies that are going to take the artificial intelligence and give me the ability to monitor my body as well as they monitor my car. And that is to say, if all the BMWs in the world are being monitored through a computer system, and the dealerships or the mechanics are being told how to fix this problem they can do the same thing for my body. So I will build another portfolio called BUS14 that will give us an insight as to when that starts to happen. We can identify the stocks that are going to make it happen. That's my promise to you. I'm going to keep building buses that are going to carry us to the millionaire and billionaire status in the future. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor with a CFP, a CHFC, and a CLU, and I've been in the business for years, but I know more about what's going on today than I did in the whole time I was there in the industry. It's happening fast, it's coming quick, and for those of us who recognize what's happening and who's going to make it happen, we're going to invest in some of the best companies in the world. I'll talk about this, I'm sure, again tomorrow.